Hey guys, as you probably have noticed, Mr. H is not in today. I'm still kind of sick, as you could probably also hear from my voice. But no worries, we've got plenty that we have to get done today. Please make sure you have your Sea Otter notebook as well as the expert packets up. We've got both of those. You'll be using both of them today. Take a moment and complete the do now. There should be one posted in Classroom. Take about 5 minutes. Make sure you get those questions turned in, and then we'll get started afterwards. Feel free to pause the video right now so you can answer those questions. I'll see you back in a minute. All right, so now that we've answered the do now, we're not actually going to go through this one because Mr. H needs to save his voice as much as possible, but I hope you had answered those questions, and let's get started. As far as today goes, you do need those Sea Otter notebook and the expert packets. There are no know-its or vocab. Starting off as always, 3 something cools. Oh, there we go. This is a drone that they are testing out with a kind of like a first aid ambulance sort of deal, where inside here they've got a defibrillator in case somebody's heart stops. They can fly the drone to the scene of an accident or an emergency, and it's got a first aid kit. It has this little camera, so when you're talking, the doctors are able to see what's going on at the scene. And the idea behind this is it's able to get to the scene of an accident so much faster than a normal ambulance. I think that's a really good idea, and it'll be kind of cool to see how it turns out. Second, something cool. This dude created a self-sustaining ecosystem. So inside of a big glass jar, he put some plants, he has some dirt, he has a few decomposer bacteria in there, and he put just enough water in as well to help plants to grow. Then he sealed it. And it's actually been sealed for the last 50 years, 50 years. He hasn't opened this thing, and it's still been growing, and when the plants die, they get decomposed, and there's enough water and air and carbon dioxide inside to keep everything sustainable, which is pretty cool. Third something cool, pardon me. Third something cool, a Russian inventor has designed a fuselage, so the place where people can fly, that's detachable from a plane. And the idea is that if there was an emergency, they have little parachutes that come out of this, but they basically could just eject the canopy, and there are parachutes, and the whole fuselage is able to go down very, very slowly, making it much safer in case of emergencies. A lot of students ask, what about the pilots? Well, there's a cockpit door that they can get out. The pilots then would just have some parachutes for themselves, so if they couldn't save the plane, then they would also be able to jump out and survive as well. I think that's a really cool idea. You can YouTube it later on or Google it just to see how it works. All right, today we are working on Sea Otter investigation number 2. Which means that you do need to have your science notebook or your Sea Otter notebook to investigation number 2. Those are the questions that you're going to be answering, not at the beginning, but back with your table groups. So in the expert packets, just like we did last class period, you're going to split so that all the A's go to one table, all the B's go to one table, C's and D's. You'll have about half an hour to go through with expert groups through investigation number 2. I believe it's this one. Yep. Investigation number 2, writing down information and calculating stuff and determining what you think is going to be important. So remember, with the expert groups, you're going to have, just half an hour. And make sure you're taking notes from the reading. Take notes on any of these 6 or 5. So if there's any information about starvation or disease or predation or reproductive failure or drowning, It'd probably be a good idea to add that somewhere to your investigation number 2. Some of us have the notes section. If not, just make a little box where you can write the notes in. That way you are collecting information about one of these 5 or maybe all 5 of them, because those are the ideas that we're really trying to focus on. So half an hour with your expert groups at the lab tables. At the end of half an hour, then you come back to the tables that you're currently sitting at, and you go just like you did last time, where everybody should talk about what they learned from their own packets, because everybody's expert A, B, C, and D, all of their information is different from one another. So you have to make sure that you share information. If you get done with that, that's when you can start working through these questions. So there's, I think, 6 that you have to try to get through. Again, not everybody is going to have the answers to each of these questions, so you have to really make sure that you're paying attention and helping each other out to get the information to answer those questions. Also, don't forget as well, you should be able to fill out a second chart, probably this one today, maybe this one, maybe that one. I can't remember which one it is. And then at the end, after you've done that, those charts, don't forget to get down to the bottom and start putting in all the information that you have for each of these larger sections. So whatever notes you had taken above from investigation 1, investigation 2, maybe something from here that you want to put down below. So any of the notes that you've been taking for each of these bits, disease, starvation, predators, start adding those in. Also, there might be some more information that you can put. Now you may have the numbers to put in here to get a little bit more depth to it. So you're going through investigation number 2, half an hour with expert groups, pause, come back to the tables, half an hour with your table groups, and then at the end you're going through all of the questions and taking whatever notes. If for whatever reason your table gets completely done with everything after you've gone back and looked at all of these sections and added information, then you can work on something from another class. But please make sure that you get all of this done first. The sub will be there to help with time management. She'll tell you when to rotate through. Other than that, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you on, when am I seeing you? Tuesday, I guess. Yeah, hopefully it'll be done on Tuesday. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I will try to check my email at least once or twice throughout the day. So it'll probably be sporadic, but I'll try. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Have a good day.